All right, this afternoon we're talking about using jack stands, and some of the jack stands you see pictured here are what helpers are going to be using in our buses. We have this lower jack stand, which is a 25-ton rating, all right, has various pin heights. You would use a jack stand like this when you're changing a flat tire. You can put this under the body, the bus body and chassis, or support from the suspension, either the front or the rear axles. Or in the bus, in case of a MCI or Prevost, you would also put it under the tag axle if you're changing a flat. We have our medium and our taller stands. All right, these are spring-loaded stands. All right, these also screw and unscrew up and down. These are generally adjusted by pulling the pin out and allowing the jack stand to rise. These are all spring-loaded, right? So it makes it easier to move the jack stand in place. When you're going to install it under the bus, make sure that you have the top screwed down about as far as you can, all right? So this way, when we are supporting the bus, we're supporting it as close to the middle, so it's giving the threads the most support. What you would do is wheel the jack stand under the bus, under the jacking point, all right? Remove the pin, allow the jack stand to come up, put it in the highest possible position, and then we would unscrew the top till it meets the bus chassis in the jacking point. All right, we always try to unscrew it to the point that it just touches. You don't need a pair of channel locks. You don't have to try to lift the bus with this. You want it to just touch the body, and then you're going to unscrew it about a quarter of a turn. All right? A slight air gap is fine. In the event that a bus airbag would fail while the bus is up on the lifts, with the jack stands all in the position, it won't allow the bus to come over and possibly fall off the wheel lifts. The jack stands that we have here, when you are raising or lowering them, all right, please use the handle. Don't put your hand here. Don't try to put your head and chin over it and get in between the bus body and the jack. This can be spring-loaded and can smack you right in the chin, all right? Please use the handle. Put it in its uppermost spot that you can get it, and then twist this up to the point that it just touches the body, all right? You have a handle here. You have a pin, which allows you to be able to move. Put your foot on the back, and we can then move and tilt it back and wheel it around. When you are done, please remove the pin and lower the handle. This way we don't have a hazard with a mechanic or a maintainer or anybody walking in under the bus and possibly hitting it into their ribs. The tall stand acts the same way as the medium-sized stand. You can see that it also has a pin, all right? And we can also see that it is spring-loaded. Again, you would enter under the bus, install the pin, position it, remove your pin, remove this pin, allow this to go up to its minimal height, find the closest hole, turn this up till it touches the bus body. Once it touches, release it a quarter of a turn. And now, when you put these under all the suspension components and the body components, along with the lifts being locked in the up position, the bus will be in a safe position to work under it. Never enter the bus elevated on the wheel lifts without jack stands under it. definitely a safety hazard. If one of those wheel lifts were to fail, somebody could get killed.